You junior lions actually came at a bad time. This one's not quite as exciting as the others.
I mean, it means it's gonna be exciting, right?
No. Well, maybe. It's neat. It's not thrilling.
You missed the part where the other class did demo we did yesterday.
That's not exciting.
It was
We
pretty
did that
exciting.
one already. I guess that's fine. So here's what I have. We'll put them in the same order. I have an aqueous solution of potassium iodide, clear aqueous solution. I have an aqueous solution of the lead 2 nitrate. In fact, you wouldn't know that these were different unless I had just told you and had them appropriately labeled, as of course I need to do. As I said, this one is neat to see. It does happen very quickly, so make sure that you're watching or videoing or whatever you're doing. You guys ready? Everybody's where they can see. So 2 clear solutions. Here we go. We're just going to pour them together. And it's almost like magic, isn't it? And we get, what happened?
Magic is science that we don't
Would
know.
she really? And we get bright yellow. What is the bright yellow, guys? Where's that come from?
The lead and iodide.
Yes, it is. It is the solid, that's our precipitate, the solid lead 2 iodide. Now I have a couple of questions for you. What did they used to use lead compounds for that they don't anymore?
Paint.
That's a perfectly right answer. Look at that color. Does that make sense all of a sudden?
It looks like the outside of my last house.
Does it really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Did you like living in a bright yellow house? No. Oh, okay. That's a very vivid color, and there's not much lead 2 iodide in there. So that's what I was hoping made sense to you. It would make sense because lead compounds give an incredible amount of color. Does anyone know why they stopped using lead compounds in paint?
Because it flaked and kids would eat it.
Yeah, and I still don't get that. Why kids would eat paint chips, but whatever. Yes, frequently, and it's not funny, it's very sad, children would eat the paint chips, and end up with lead poisoning. So they have outlawed lead paint. You absolutely might still live in a house, if it's an older house, that has lead paint. So you still have to be careful of it when you're doing work. Sanding is actually even worse. If you're cutting or sanding where there was lead paint, it gets in the air and you can be affected by it as well. Do you guys know what lead poisoning does? It can eventually, if you're exposed enough. That's pretty rare. It decreases mental capacity severely, so it makes you much less intelligent than you were before.
The last house I lived in had paint chipping everywhere.
Did you eat it?
No.
Of course he did.
The smoke detectors were also outdated.
Oh, good. All right. One other thing I'll say about this one, and then we'll move on to my last and my favorite. So the yellow is a solid, guys. Right now it's dispersed throughout the liquid. I'm going to leave this, my little secret hiding spot, overnight. Any guesses what this is going to look like tomorrow?
Clear on the top, yellow on the
The
bottom.
liquid will be clear, absolutely, and the solid will settle down to the bottom, you bet.